Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, I am Yvette and I moved to the UK 2 years ago and I'm documenting my experiences, but today I have a very special guest. I have Sabina from Girl vs Globe.
That is me. Hello. Hi, I'm Sabina. I have been in the UK for on and off 10 years, which is mad. And I mainly do videos about travel, languages, and my life in London.
Yes.
So check me out.
Definitely. So you should head over to her channel after this because we've done a very fun British food themed video. I won't spoil it, but it is carnage. So we should definitely...
Yeah.
But watch this first, then go over.
Absolutely, that's fine. I second that. Yeah, things got pretty heated, so enjoy this leisurely video before we really get into it.
Yes. How long have you been in the UK total?
10 years.
Okay, so together we've been 12.
You've really not contributed much here. Wow, I'm a veteran.
Collectively, we have 12 years experience in the UK. So with the current climate, the panini,
The panini.
yeah,
I love it. I've
so
never heard that before.
I've been calling it because the other word's sad. So paninis, everyone loves a panini. So we haven't had the options to go traveling as much as either of us would have normally have liked. Yeah. So us and I think the rest of the UK are looking at different destinations within the UK for a British staycation. So we thought we would pool our collective knowledge and give you our top 10 list of the best places to visit this summer, which we should all be allowed.
Fingers crossed. Things are looking good.
Yes. Coming in at number 10 on the list of top 10 destinations for your staycation is Manchester.
We're gonna say all of these in unison. I've just decided it'll be great.
Okay, good. Excellent.
Manchester.
But yes, Manchester. So the reason we put Manchester at number 10 was because it felt like we were doing it a disservice by not putting it on the list at all, but it is, you know, quite a typical place that people go for city breaks, staycations, etc. But you lived in Manchester.
I did. Oh, so much expertise. I feel. No, I did live in Manchester. It was about 4 or 5 years ago, but I spent about a year there and I loved it. There is an area called the Northern Quarter. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
I know of it, but I haven't been to Manchester for context, which is why it's on the list, because I want to go.
Absolutely, and I would kind of liken that to a better Shoreditch here in London. So kind of a hip area, loads of vegan and vegetarian restaurants, super fun, great for going out, and just beautiful. There's so many red bricks buildings, and did you know, and I'm hoping you didn't because otherwise this is a terrible fun fact, but did you know that when people try and shoot New York in Europe, they often shoot it in Manchester because the grid layout is very similar, as is the architecture.
Well, I didn't know that. That's actually good fun fact. Yeah. Tell me in the comments if you knew that, because I didn't. The reason I want to go to Manchester is because I think it has everything you've described. It's kind of a bit more, is it urban, is that the right word? A bit more like cultural, gritty in terms of like it was industrial and it's had its, you know, glow up, shall we say. I equate my expectation going in is that it's a bit like East London, but an entire city.
East London.
Yeah, and I love East London, so.
And it's great. It's got so many nice restaurants, so many great museums as well.
Yeah.
So if you're into art, if you're into culture, Manchester's a great place.
Did you want to do that again?
No.
No. Okay, good.
I stand by that. Coming in number 9, we've got
York!
And York is another great northern city. It's particularly renowned for its Viking heritage. And I know this because I went there for a Viking festival called Jorvik, and it was fantastic.
Look, maybe it's naive. I'm really optimistic that the Viking festival's back on. Do you know when it was? What time of year?
I think around summer, so maybe.
It's outdoors.
I mean, the Edinburgh Fringe is on this year, so it's possible.
I know Manchester does have a lot of events happening, so
yeah,
I guess, yeah, perhaps.
Things might happen, who knows?
If the Viking festival's on, I will 100% be there. I wanted to go to York because the shambles.
Beautiful.
Based on, well, what they say, I don't think it's true, but they say it's, you know, what Harry Potter's based on.
And Terry Pratchett set his novels around the shambles as well.
Yeah. So, and then obviously it just has like that medieval old history as well, and it's like very beautiful. Go take some photos. And if you want like a day trip for hiking as well, there's also the Yorkshire Dales, which is very close by, so it kind of has everything you want in a staycation. You've had your city break, you've got your cultural bit, you've got your nature bit, got it all.
It's amazing, and it's so small, you can just walk around the whole place, so it's really easy.
So I haven't been to York, very much on the list. Clearly
definitely recommend it.
Coming in at number 8 is the
Cotswolds. The harmonizing will get better as we go. Yeah.
Cotswolds, I think most people, when they think of staycation, they think of the Cotswolds. It's not like, it's a classic, you can't go wrong. Not going to be the most creative or out of the box number on this list. I understand that, I hear you. But I can't make a list without including it. It's so iconic.
Agreed. And I have lived in the UK for 10 years and I've never been. So there are unicorns like me. And it's because I don't drive, which is the one caveat I would say about the Cotswolds.
We did discuss this around talking about access to these different places and how you get there. Cotswolds does have the asterisks around needing a car. I think they do tours, obviously not now, but traditionally. But yes, you need to drive, but I will take you, because Cotswolds is like stepping into a storybook. There's like thatched roofs, beautiful cottages, all the paths little windy, and it's like green, and like they just have like, it's just very aesthetic. Bambi's been to the Cotswolds.
Oh, even Bambi's
I took a photo shoot, I have to show you. Yes, Bambi's photo shoot in the Cotswolds. Great things to do with the Cotswolds is mostly it's going to be more of a culture trip, shopping, seeing some of the older architecture, mostly seeing nature, I guess, as well as there's lots of really cute tea rooms. You can have high tea there. As well as if you want a bit more of a city break, because obviously the Cotswolds is quite quaint, is that they have Bath very close by. Yes. So Bath has, unsurprisingly,
Roman baths.
How did you know?
I'm a genius.
Have you been to the Roman baths?
I actually haven't, but I've been to Bath several times. I've walked outside the Roman bath.
But much like the Roman baths, the Romans built them. So it is like a big museum, and when you go in, because you've seen the photos of it, I know you haven't been in, but like you've seen like how it's got that green pool. There's like a tap and you can taste the water directly from
the green pool.
Not from the green pool. I'm pretty sure the green pool still has like the plague in it. So wouldn't do that. But it's a fresh hot spring, I think it is. It's got like sulfur. It doesn't taste good, but it's supposed to be healing properties. So
there you go.
Cue and COVID.
Can I make one more recommendation just to show how much of a heathen I am? It is food based, nothing to do with culture or history, and it's Sally Lunn buns.
Oh yeah.
Or Sally Lunn's buns. I don't know. But there is a lady called Sally Lunn, and she made great buns. And also maybe had, I don't know. And it's a popular place to go and I recommend it.
Oh my gosh, she had.
And in 7th place, we've got Bristol!
I think we got it that time.
Wow, that was great.
I think we did it.
Yes! Bristol is quite close to Bath, but it definitely deserves a mention of its own because it's just a very, very nice place to go. If you like being by the water, having dinner on a boat, that is all possible.
You've been to Bristol?
Yes, I have.
Well, I have not. This has worked out really well that everywhere you've been I haven't, and everywhere I've been she hasn't. So my understanding of Bristol and why I wanted it on the list is because everything you've mentioned, as well as it seems to have a really big like brewery.
It does.
Community, is that the word? And then also Banksy.
Yes. There's so many nice places that you can go and see Banksy's murals, which is incredible. So there's a really cool area called Stokescroft, and it's full of graffiti. It's got some Banksys, which is incredible that an area can just have some Banksys. It's that good. And again, similar to the Northern Quarter in Manchester, it's got loads of vegan, vegetarian eateries and stuff like that. It's very hip, very cool. The fact that I use the word hip obviously means I'm not, but that's fine. Just...
It is, I feel like that does encapsulate it though. It is like a cool place. Like, it
is.
As much as cool as air quotes. But yeah, I think it has that really big arts and culture community there, and so there's lots and lots of things to do in that city as well. If you have a car, you can do a detour to Stonehenge, which is iconic and has to be on every staycation.
Yep, I've also not been there.
Once again, Sabina doesn't have a car, so...
I thought you were going to say, once again, Sabina hates history.
Once again, for Stonehenge, you will need a car, so it does limit the access ever so slightly. But the amount of Brits or people living in England, such as Sabina, that haven't been there because it's just like the thing that everyone does that no one does it almost. So it's crazy. So I've done it when I'm in like 2015.
Tourist.
Yeah, when I was completely a tourist, 100%. But I need to go back because I really hate my outfit in the photos, so...
And that is as good a reason as any to go visit an ancient artifact.
Do you like, you put on a jumper and you're like, I regret this, but you're out
Yeah,
now? It's
absolutely.
upsetting. So we will be doing a return journey this year. Coming in at number 6 is Oxford! So Oxford had to make it on the list because it is steeped in so much history, and it is an iconic place and holds a lot of historical relevance as well. I've been to Oxford. Sabina hasn't been to Oxford. I went to Oxford, and you guys can learn from my mistakes. I didn't pre-book anything, so I haven't seen a lot of Oxford, unfortunately.
An insider tip from a friend who went to Oxford is pretend to be a potential PhD student, and then they're going to let you in and show you all the halls and stuff that's typically off limits to tourists. Just look smart.
That's amazing. What would my PhD be in? Tell us in the comments below what you would make your fake PhD.
Yeah.
Because I have interest.
We all know mine would be in history. So.
One of the things I did manage to do when I was in Oxford was retrace some of Lewis Carroll. I was calling Lewis C. Carroll. Like,
yeah, I thought you were going to like go off.
C.S. Lewis is what I get in my head, but it's wrong. Lewis Carroll, the author of Alice in Wonderland, he was an Oxford mathematician, and he used a lot of Oxford as inspiration for the story. Mm-hmm. So you can walk around and see, you know, and they've got in one of the churches in the stained glass, there's like a toad that you can go find, and like, no, is it the rabbit? The toad, one of them.
Yeah.
Like, and then there's like statues all around, and you can retrace the areas where events took place, but it's fictional. But
so could you go on like a walking tour?
Absolutely, could do a walking tour.
Love that.
So I recommend that. As well, obviously the halls, but outside of the academia, there is really good food, restaurants. There's a lot of rooftop bars as well, which give you really nice skyline views, and you can go up. The church, like most churches, has a bell tower, and you can go to the top and get a really nice scenic view as well. Love that.
That's always the first thing I do. Get a good vantage point.
I do that too.
Yeah, orient yourself. It's great.
You need to like get my bearings, but yeah.
Okay, we're halfway through, and in number 5, we've got
Whitby. Whitby.
Yeah, that was hard to understand, but Whitby is a really interesting place. A lot of its history is intertwined with the Dracula books, and it's quite eerie. It's a very nice and interesting place to visit, but there's a spooky edge to it, which I like. I do like a bit of a spook. I love Halloween. That'd be a great Halloween break as well. Yes, it definitely would.
You could do both because it's obviously seaside. So you have the seaside town. There's like really nice beaches. You've got that seaside village, ice cream, fish and chips on the beach, classic. But then you've also got the history. There's a really nice abbey there.
There is.
Like ruined abbey. Don't get your hopes up.
Not stayed intact, but it is great.
It's beautiful, but like don't expect it to be weather resistant. And then obviously the Dracula, which is amazing because I had no idea about that.
Yeah, there's loads of cemeteries, and there's this one area of just really long steps that's super photogenic.
Coming into number 4 is the Lake District. Someone told me that I say the Lake Districts, and they said I should just say Lake District.
Interesting.
I've been told that before, I'm sorry.
I say Lake District,
Yeah, well I've been told that's right.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
So, the Lakes District.
Lake District.
I said it again. Anyways, be angry in the comments. The Lake District is beautiful. And we've both been to this one. And it was something that we both had on our list, so it had to be high up on the collective recommendation. So, beautiful for hiking. I always equate it, if you like, because you haven't been to the Cotswolds, it's actually quite similar to the Cotswolds.
Interesting.
Yeah. And
those quaint little villages.
So many quaint little villages, and like are they mountains? Probably. What's a mountain?
Yeah, in the UK, what is really a mountain? No offense. But yeah, probably hills.
Yeah.
Come at me.
The rolling hills of the Lake District. The lakes.
Yeah. Beautiful though. Rugged, stunning, great for walking.
It truly is actually my favourite place in all of the UK. I haven't told you that. Yeah. Like if I had to do, if I had to recommend someone a staycation anywhere.
Yeah.
It like that hadn't been from the UK.
Yeah.
Lake District.
Interesting. Which is why it came in at number 4.
Of course, but this is a list collectively. Another thing I did when I was in the Lakes District was I retraced some of the inspirations for Beatrix Potter. Beatrix Potter wrote Peter Rabbit. That is a bit of a tongue twister.
Yeah,
I'm not crazy.
Potter. No, I can't say it. You did well.
We'll blame my accent. Beatrix Potter, she wrote Peter Rabbit in the Lakes District, and you can visit her home and visit the areas in which she used for inspiration for her stories. Nice. So it's a beautiful part of the world. beautiful stories. Very family friendly, so definitely recommend the Lake District.
Yeah, you just said lakes, but
Damn it. I'll never learn. Okay.
Coming in at number 3, we've got the
Scottish Highlands.
Okay, that's a new direction that we've taken that in, and it was great.
We could have said it Scottish Highlands. I can't do it, but
That wasn't bad.
Scottish.
Well, I'm not Scottish at all, but I did spend 1 year living in Glasgow and absolutely loved it. And during that year, I managed to explore the Highlands a little bit, and I have to say, that area is spectacular. Honestly. Have you ever been?
I have been to the Highlands. I did a road trip in like 2015 when I was just being a tourist, and we did a full like 9-hour day trip from Edinburgh and like did the whole Highlands.
Nice.
Loch Ness, Ben Nevis, is it the aqueduct? The Harry Potter?
The viaduct, the Glenfinnan Viaduct, where you can see the flying Fort Anglia, that famous scene.
Yes. So out of the Highlands, I think your favourite spot was Oban.
My favourite spot, is a bit more niche actually. So a lot of people will go to Loch Ness and Inverness, which is the capital of the Highlands.
Basic, I guess.
No. Triggered much? No, I too am basic, and I've been to those places, and they're famous for a reason. They're amazing, but Oban is a bit of a niche place. I mean, it's still famous enough, but they have a great whiskey distillery called Oban Whiskey, or something along those lines. It's not very creative, but it is very good. They also have something called McCake's Tower, which is an old like Romanesque amphitheater / it looks like a tiny version of the Colosseum, and it overlooks the bay underneath it. It's gorgeous.
Excellent. Yeah, I haven't been to Oban, but I always go to Scotland because I've got family up there, so it is on my list now to go visit.
I highly recommend it.
Excellent. The penultimate destination on the list, coming in at number 2, is Cornwall. That might be our best one.
That was on point.
So Cornwall, I did a road trip around Cornwall last year. Sabina hasn't been to Cornwall because of the car situation. We've been through it. But it is a beautiful spot in the world. I've chosen St Ives as the key destination to visit in Cornwall because I find it has everything quintessentially British seaside. It has a nice high street, it has the world's best Cornish pasties, beautiful beaches, etc. You can do a lot of coastal walks around, which I really enjoy. And they also have St Michael's Mound, which is an island with a church on it.
Oh, that sounds really interesting, like the one in France.
Exactly like the one in France.
Beautiful.
Probably built by the same person, but I don't have as many fun facts as you.
Saint Michael.
So you go there in the day and the tide comes in, so you have to be really aware of the tide times because you can get stranded, which is what happened to my parents in the 80s. So
how did that work out?
Mum's still got a vendetta against England and hasn't come back.
The whole country betrayed her that day.
Literally, yes.
Fair.
So obviously it was the 80s, bit different, but still be aware nonetheless. They had to get a fisherman to ferry them back, which
sounds fun.
Embarrassing though. So
yeah.
Be better than them, but Cornwall, quintessential, definitely. It should be on the list. It should be on your list.
It is on mine. And in number 1,
Wales!
Which we're aware that Wales is an entire country, but the way we've conceptualized it is a Wales road trip. And the reason for that is Wales just being amazing.
Yeah, so I did a Wales road trip. So I think you've done a southern coast road trip.
Well, yeah.
And I've done more of a northern. So together we've done Wales, which is quite helpful. So I started in Cheshire, which is not Wales, but that's where we started. And we went to Cornwall, which has this beautiful castle, which is like ruined, but you can still go inside the structures and look down and see like the inner workings, I guess, how it was built. Structurally, it's very interesting. Historically, also very interesting. And it's around these like beautiful hills because obviously it's in Wales. And then we did Snowdonia.
Love that. I would really like to do that. The highest peak outside of Scotland.
More fun facts. So I did that, but when I did it was once again horrific weather because I was very unlucky when I went to Wales, and so we didn't see anything, so I need to really redo it. The good thing with Snowdonia is it does have a train that takes you right to the top if you don't have the mobility to do the hike, so it's really good for grandparents or anyone with mobility issues so they can still see the view. Or if you're like me and just give up at the top and decide to catch the train back for way too much money.
No shame in that. Well, my road trip was very different. Like you said, I did more of the south, and my prime location was Pembrokeshire, just that entire area, and it's stunning. There's this one place called Barafundle Bay, and if you go there and you look around and you try to ignore the weather, you feel like you're in the Caribbean. It's stunning. And another place that I think we've both been to that deserves a shout out is Tenby.
Tenby's beautiful.
Stunning, super colorful. If you like getting pictures for the gram, then I highly recommend it. And am I allowed to do one more fun fact?
Always.
Yes. Pembroke is home of the Pembroke Corgi, which is, I think, the same breed that the Queen has.
Yeah, just a big fan.
Just a big fan of corgis.
So yeah, Wales, there's also lots of Welsh food you can try as well, like the Welsh cakes.
They're so good.
Rarebit, there's all bits that you just don't tend to get anywhere else in the UK. And the Welsh people are lovely. I love them.
There's also a village in Wales that I've not personally been to, but I would like to recommend nevertheless because it seems epic. It's called Portmeirion. And there was an architect who was really inspired by the Italian Riviera, and he built it to look like that. So if you want to have an international getaway while still staying in the UK, that might be a great shout.
Probably going to be the closest any of us will get to Italy this year, so
yeah,
it's good to know.
Portmeirion, there you go.
Yeah, so I think Wales was number one on the list because it is quintessentially British in that it has, I know it's Welsh, but like it has everything that you want from a staycation, is that it's, if you're coming from England, international. And so that you can have, they've got the culture, it's got the nature as well as a bit more activity. So it kind of ticks off lots of great restaurants and tea rooms.
Absolutely. And one more spot that I would like to recommend is Scomer Island, where you can go see puffins. So nice, so cute.
That'd be amazing.
That really is.
In the summer, going out to an island to see some puffins. So, fortunately, I actually did a Welsh road trip and I filmed it and put it in a playlist, so I'll link that below as well. All the destinations listed in this video you will find on either my channel or Sabina's, so
shout out!
I will list below who has them on which channel below, and feel free to go and learn more about those destinations. So with that, we have the quintessential British staycation list. So please give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments, how does it compare to your list? Did we miss off your favourite holiday destination in the UK? I'd like to know more and find more places to go travelling.
Absolutely. And come on over to my channel to check out the collab we did over there, which is all about British snacks. And we rank them and it's pretty controversial. Pretty heated.
So thank you so much for watching.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. Bye. Thank you.